and welcome back to the another exciting and thought-provoking episode with CCP and Maya. Today we are diving into a topic that extremely close to every Pakistani's heart, and how can I boost economy of Pakistan? The economy is the backbone of any nation, and Pakistan has enormous potential waiting to be unlocked. From trade and industry to education, technology and entrepreneurship, every step we take matters for building a stronger and more prosperous future. So as you know, I am economy wala. Like my goal is to solve Pakistan's economic problem, and I want to become a world-class economist, and want to want to boost Pakistan's economy. So that's why I choose this topic to discuss with Maya. I have to learn from Maya that how can I boost Pakistan's economy? What are the things that can help me to boost, and what are some challenges that I will face? So these are things I will discuss today with Maya. So let's get started with our insightful questions to understanding practical strategies, challenges, and opportunities that can help transform Pakistan into a global economic leader. So first of all, hello
Oh,
Maya, how are you
tell me.
doing?
I'm doing all right. Thanks for asking. Ready to dive into a big topic, it sounds like.
Yes, man, it is a big topic and it is my passion. Like, I want to become a world class economist and I want to boost Pakistan's economy. So that's why it is my passion. And please, you have to explain everything in detail because it is my favorite topic and it is my topic which I really want to discuss. So please, everything in detail, and you should tell us everything in detail, and we can learn betterly, and we can it can help us to bring more knowledge from you, so it will help us to in the future. So okay.
Gotcha. You're serious about this and you want a deep dive. I can definitely do that. It's great you have such a clear vision. So, let's break down boosting Pakistan's economy. It's complex, right? There's no single magic bullet, but a lot of interlocking pieces. Where do you want to start? Maybe with
Maya,
the
I
biggest
want
hurdles, right?
no no Maya, I want to start with
Uh,
gender statistics so everyone can know what is economy and how can we boost economy and what are these some things. So we have to start with basics and gender and stack. So first of all, Maya, can you tell us what is the current state of Pakistan's economy and how would you describe its main strengths and weakness?
All right, let's lay the groundwork then. The current state is precarious, honestly. Pakistan's economy is facing a lot right now: high inflation, a balance of payments crisis, and a fair amount of debt that's heavily reliant on borrowing, which isn't sustainable long term. But it's not all doom and gloom. Strengths include a large young population. That's a potential workforce, a strategically important geographic location, and some key sectors like agriculture and textiles have potential. Well, a lot comes down to infrastructure. Energy shortages are a huge problem. Political instability creates uncertainty for investors. There's a relatively low tax base, meaning like the government doesn't have a lot of revenue, and there's a dependence on items. Does that make sense as a starting point?
Yes, and that would make sense. And Scottish Band, it was a great explanation about the current state of Pakistan's economy. And now I can tell us what are the biggest challenges that Pakistan is facing in achieving sustainable economic growth.
Okay, let's tackle those challenges then. You're right to focus there. It's a layered issue. I'd say one of the biggest is governance, corruption, and lack of transparency really hamper investment and growth. And then you've got the energy crisis. Unreliable power supply drives up costs for businesses and makes it hard to compete. The low literacy rate and lack of skilled labor are also huge hurdles. And of course, security concerns still linger in some areas, impacting investment. Finally, climate change is already hitting Pakistan hard, with increasingly frequent droughts and floods impacting agriculture. Anything there jump out at you as particularly pressing?
Yes, my explanation absolutely makes sense. Nothing particular I want to dive into the. But my now can tell us how important is political stability for economic progress in Pakistan.
Critically important. Honestly, it's probably the biggest single factor. Political instability creates uncertainty, and investors hate uncertainty. When there's a constant change in governments or policies, businesses are hesitant to make long term investments. It disrupts economic planning, scares off foreign investment, and generally creates a really tough environment for businesses to operate in. Look at countries that have experienced sustained economic growth. They almost always have a stable political environment. Pakistan's history of political upheaval has definitely held it back. It's hard to build a strong economy when the rules of the game are constantly changing. Track with what you've been researching?
Hmm. Yes, and that truly tracks that what I was thinking, and thanks so much for sharing it. But man, now can you tell us what role does population growth play in shaping the Pakistan's economy?
Absolutely. Population growth is a double edged sword for Pakistan. A young, growing population can be a demographic dividend, a potential workforce driving economic growth. But if you can't provide enough jobs, education, and healthcare, it becomes a huge burden. Pakistan's population is growing rapidly, putting strain on resources, infrastructure, and social services. It also impacts the dependency ratio, the number of dependents compared to the working age population. A high dependency ratio means fewer people are contributing to the economy, while more are relying on it. It's a really delicate balance. Do you see how that impacts things?
Hmm. Yes, man, that is what I was truly thinking about. And I can you tell us what role does how does Pakistan compare economically to other developing countries in Asia?
Good question. Compared to other developing Asian nations, Pakistan lags behind. Countries like India, Bangladesh, and Vietnam have experienced faster economic growth in recent decades. India, for instance, has a much larger and more diversified economy driven by its services sector. Bangladesh has made significant strides in the garment industry and exports. Vietnam has attracted a lot of foreign investment, particularly in manufacturing. Pakistan's economic growth has been more erratic and slower, hampered by the issues we've already discussed: political instability, energy shortages, security concerns, and governance issues. Not that Pakistan is doing terribly, but it's falling behind its regional peers.
Hmm. Okay, Maya, that was amazing explanation. Thanks so much for sharing with us. And now, Maya, can you tell us that what kind of economic policies should the government prioritize right now, which is so important?
Okay, prioritizing is key. Right now, I'd say three things are crucial. First, macroeconomic stabilization. That means controlling inflation, reducing debt, and improving the balance of payments. Austerity measures might be necessary, but they need to be carefully implemented to protect vulnerable populations. Second, structural reforms focusing on improving the business environment, reducing regulations, and attracting foreign investment. And third, investing in human capital. That means improving education, healthcare, and skills development. It's a long term game, but a skilled workforce is essential for sustainable growth. Those are the kinds of policies you've been thinking about?
Maya, I think these were the policies that I was truly thinking about. And I came to this that how can Pakistan can improve tax collection and reduce corruption in the system.
That's a huge one. Improving tax collection is essential for increasing government revenue and funding public services. The problem is, Pakistan has a very low tax to GDP ratio. A lot of economic activity goes untaxed, and tax evasion is rampant. To fix that, you need to broaden the tax base, bring more people into the tax net, strengthen tax administration, make it more efficient and transparent, and, crucially, crack down on corruption. As for reducing corruption, that requires strengthening institutions, increasing accountability, and promoting transparency. Independent oversight bodies, whistleblower protection, and strict enforcement of anti corruption laws are all important. It's a tough battle, but a necessary one. Feels like you're hitting the core issues here.
Yes, I'm truly hitting the core issues here. And I can tell us what role should privatization play in boosting the economy?
Okay, privatization. I assume you mean privatization? It's a really interesting question and contentious one. Privatization can bring in foreign investment, improve efficiency, and reduce the burden on the government. But it also needs to be done carefully. You can't just sell off valuable assets without ensuring fair prices and protecting the interests of workers and consumers. In Pakistan's case, privatization has been controversial, with accusations of corruption and a lack of transparency. I think a selective approach is best, focusing on privatizing inefficient state-owned enterprises while retaining strategic control over key sectors like energy and defense. Does that sound reasonable?
Yes, man, that really sounds reasonable, and it was a great explanation about it. And man, now can you tell us that how important is strengthening local governance for economic development?
Strengthening local governance is massively important and often overlooked. When local governments have more autonomy, resources, and accountability, they're better able to respond to the needs of their communities. They can improve service delivery, promote local economic development, and create a more favorable environment for businesses. Decentralization, giving more power to local governments, can also help to reduce corruption and improve transparency. People are more likely to hold their local representatives accountable than distant bureaucrats in the capital. It's about empowering communities to take control of their own destinies. What are your thoughts on that?
I have no thoughts about it because I don't know about it. If once I will be learn from you, then I will tell you about my thoughts. So I now can you tell us what lesson can Pakistan learn from the countries like China, Malaysia, and Turkey?
All right, good question. Let's look at those examples. China, of course, is the big one. Their economic transformation has been incredible, driven by state led investment in infrastructure, export oriented manufacturing, and a focus on education and technology. Pakistan could learn from their long term planning and commitment to industrial development. Malaysia offers a different model. They focused on diversifying their economy, attracting foreign investment, and developing a skilled workforce. Pakistan could emulate their emphasis on human capital development. Turkey has seen strong growth through a combination of privatization, deregulation, and a focus on exports. However, it's important to note that Turkey's model has also faced challenges in recent years with economic instability. The key takeaway is that there's no one size fits all solution. Pakistan needs to adapt lessons from other countries to its own unique circumstances. Do any of those models particularly resonate with you?
Yes, Maya, these both are recent with me. And now, my kid, we have to discuss the industry and trade. So, which industries have the highest potential to drive Pakistan economies forward?
Okay, let's talk potential. A few sectors really stand out. Agriculture is huge. It's the backbone of the rural economy. Investing in modern farm techniques, improving irrigation, and adding value to agricultural products could significantly boost exports. Textiles remain a major export earner, but they need to move up the value chain, focusing on higher quality products and fashion. The IT sector has enormous potential. Pakistan has a young, tech-savvy population. Outsourcing, software development, and e-commerce are all growth areas. And finally, tourism. Pakistan has incredible natural beauty and cultural heritage, but it needs to improve its infrastructure and security to attract more tourists. Diversification is key. Don't rely too heavily on any one sector. Which of those areas do you think Pakistan is best positioned to succeed in?
I think all the northern
Still with
areas
me?
are best for the Pakistan succeed, and that was an amazing explanation, Maya. And now, Maya, can you tell us that what steps can be taken, like to strengthen Pakistan's manufacturing sector?
Northern areas for exports, got it. Tourism potential, definitely. Okay, manufacturing. To strengthen that sector, a few things are essential. First, improve the infrastructure. Reliable power supply, good roads, and efficient ports are crucial. Second, reduce the cost of doing business, lower taxes, streamline regulations, and access to credit. Third, invest in technology innovation, encourage businesses to adopt new technologies and develop new products. Fourth, improve workforce skills, provide training programs to ensure workers have the skills needed by modern manufacturers. And finally, promote exports, negotiate trade agreements, and help businesses access international markets. It's about creating a more competitive and supportive environment for manufacturers. Does that make sense?
Yes, and that will make sense. And now I clearly understand what you have explained about it. So, as you told that the Pakistan is incredible beauty, and you totally right, Pakistan has incredible beauty in the northern side and all the eastern side. So, how can Pakistan can attract more foreign direct investments like FDI?
Okay, FTI, foreign direct investment, that's key. To attract more of it, Pakistan needs to improve its image and create a more welcoming environment for investors. That means improving security, reducing corruption, and streamlining regulations. And you also need to offer incentives, tax breaks, subsidies, and guarantees. Promote Pakistan's investment opportunities at international forums and actively court foreign investors. And importantly, protect those investments with strong legal frameworks and dispute resolution mechanisms. Investors need to feel confident that their investments are safe and that they will be treated fairly. Highlighting the tourism potential, like you mentioned, can also be a draw. What specific sectors do you think would attract the most FTA?
I think the specific sector like the industrial sector and the goods sector, this can be would attract the FDI more. And I can tell us that how important is international trade for Pakistan's economy.
You're right to focus on industrial and food sectors. Both have significant potential. Okay, international trade. It's vital. Pakistan relies heavily on exports to earn foreign exchange and drive economic growth. But it's also facing challenges: declining export competitiveness, trade barriers, and a reliance on a few key markets. To boost international trade, Pakistan needs to diversify its export base, negotiate trade agreements, and improve its trade infrastructure. It also needs to address non tariff barriers, things like customs procedures and quality standards. Trade is essential for integrating Pakistan into the global economy. Do you think Pakistan is doing enough to promote its exports?
No, no, Maya. I don't think Pakistan is doing enough for its export. Pakistan has to sell, and I want to, like, I want to increase the export of Pakistan. So, but there is no one there doing the work on it. So I have to work on it. Inshallah, I will work on it and I will improve. So, and now can you tell us that we have to talk about the education, technology, and youth. So, can you tell us how can education reforms help Pakistan's economy in the long term?
That's a powerful sentiment. It's great you're thinking about taking the initiative. All right, let's switch gears to education, technology, and tools. That's a smart move. Investing in those areas is crucial for long term growth. What specifically about education and tech are you interested in discussing in the context of Pakistan's economy?
My whole education system.
Okay, the whole system. That's a lot. It's fair to say it needs significant reform. The biggest challenges are access. Too many children are out of school, especially girls. Quality, the curriculum is often outdated and doesn't equip students with the skills they need for the modern economy. And relevance, the education system isn't aligned with the needs of the job market. To fix it, you need to increase funding, improve teacher training, modernize the curriculum, and promote vocational training. You also need to address the issue of equity, ensuring that all children, regardless of their background, have access to quality education. It's a complex problem with no easy solutions. What specific part of the education system do you think needs the most attention?
I think that the fees is like everyone is charging feesing by their own, and there is no one who can ask question that why you are charging so much fees, and there should be a free education for those who can't afford the fees of the schools. So I want this is the sector of education that truly they wants attention. So that was my thing. So Maya, can you tell us that what role does technology and digital transformation play in boosting the economy?
You're absolutely right to highlight the issue of access and affordability. The fee structure is a huge barrier for many families. Standardized fees and increased access to free education for those who can't afford it are critical. Okay, so let's talk about technology and digital transformation. It's a game changer. Digital technologies can improve access to education, enhance teaching and learning, and prepare students for the jobs of the future. Online learning platforms can reach students in remote areas. Digital tools can personalize learning and provide students with customized feedback. And coding and digital literacy skills are essential for the modern workforce. Pakistan needs to invest in digital infrastructure, provide teachers with training, and promote the development of digital content. It's about leveraging technology to create a more inclusive and effective education system. How do you see technology playing a role in your own future economic endeavors?
I don't say that how technology is playing the role in my own device, and because I don't know about it. So Maya, now I have underway like time has almost completed. So in last, can you tell us about entrepreneurships and innovation? So how can startups and small businesses drive Pakistan's economy?
All right, almost at the finish line. Good timing. Entrepreneurship and innovation are absolutely vital. Startups and small businesses are the engine of economic growth. They create jobs, drive innovation, and contribute to economic diversification. To foster entrepreneurship, Pakistan needs to create a more supportive ecosystem, easier access to finance, streamlined regulations, and mentorship programs. It also needs to promote a culture of innovation and risk taking, encourage young people to start their own businesses and provide them with the resources they need to succeed. Startups aren't just about creating wealth, they're about solving problems and creating a better future. You wanting to boost Pakistan's economy, that's it's an entrepreneurial spirit right there. Any thoughts on what kinds of startups Pakistan needs more of?
Yes, Maya, I think that Pakistan needs the startup the most because startups creates the jobs that help us people to gain something new and the knowledge. I think that is the most sporting thing for the Pakistan's economy. And now, Maya, my interview terms are almost completed. So, in last, if you could recommend one powerful action for boosting Pakistan economy, what would it be? And please in detail.
That's a great question to finish on. If I could recommend one powerful action, it would be to invest massively in education, specifically focusing on skills development and vocational training. A skilled workforce is the foundation of a strong economy. Everything else, attracting investment, promoting exports, diversifying the economy, it all depends on having a workforce that can compete in the global marketplace. It's a long term investment, but it's the one that will yield the biggest returns. It's been great talking with you today, Sham. You clearly have a passion for this, and that's really inspiring. Still there?
Yes, I am still with you, just listening to your amazing answers. And now, Maya, thank you so much for sharing such a powerful insights on how Pakistan can strengthen its economy from empowering youth and entrepreneurs to reforming the policies and monetization industries. Today's discussion highlighted that building a strong economy is not just the responsibility of the government, but it is a responsibility of us. So we have to take action for building responsibility, and with determination, innovation, and unity, Pakistan can unlock its true potential and rise as a global economic power. And next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep believing in prosperous Pakistan. To the Hafiz and in Pakistan.